Did Yvette Cooper deliberately lie about Palestine Action?
Yvette Cooper is the former Home Secretary who took the decision to prescribe Palestine Action.
First of all, consider the use of music here. It is designed to create a sense of unease. This is more important than you might think, as this is a vehicle for propaganda.
What do you have to say about the case that she presented in order to justify this prescription?
Yvette Cooper, she lied through her teeth, and now we have the proof of it. She claimed there was secret intel.
Okay, so before we proceed, it is important to emphasise that this is supposed to be about the case presented by then Home Secretary Yvette Cooper regarding the terrorist prescription of Palestine Action. The only evidence used in the Supreme Court review of Palestine Action's prescription was that submitted to the House of Commons in June 2025. Anything extraneous to this should not fall within the purpose of this interview. Some don't know the full nature of Palestine Action was part of a statement by Yvette Cooper to the BBC. It was not part of the evidence read by the High Court judge who reviewed Palestine Action's case. She went on to fully explain what she meant. There may be people who are objecting to prescription who don't know the full nature of this organisation because of court restrictions on reporting while serious prosecutions are underway. But it is really important that no one is in any doubt that this is not a non-violent organisation. This obviously referred to the ruthlessness that Palestine Action activists are happy to employ when threatening factory workers and attacking security staff.
There was disturbing plans.
Future plans would refer to Palestine Action's training manual, known as the Underground Manual, and their extensive schedule of targets. It is worth noting that Palestine Action works on a cell basis, so even Huda Ammori has no idea what they may be planning. In Ms Cooper's statement to the House of Commons, she revealed, Palestine Action has provided practical advice to assist its members with conducting attacks that have resulted in serious damage to property. In late 2023, Palestine Action released the Underground Manual. The document encourages the creation of cells, provides practical guidance on how to carry out activity against private companies and government buildings on behalf of Palestine Action, and provides a link to a website which contains a map of specific targets across the UK. The manual encourages its members to undertake operational security measures to protect the covert nature of their activity.
But there was links to Iranian funding and all sorts of other nonsense to try and manufacture consent for this prescription and to justify the ban going through. Jonathan Hall, the independent review of terrorism legislation, recently admitted that those were, in fact, lies.
The Home Office briefed some journalists that they were investigating links between Palestine Action and Iran. I mean...
Yeah, I don't understand that, and I think...
Was that a mistake?
Yeah, it's a sort of nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Well, yeah. It's wrong.
You don't think there's anything there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Iranian funding. This claim appears to have originated with the Times, who claim an anonymous briefing, which was addressed only to them by the Home Office, revealed suspicion of Iranian involvement. Whether the brief came from the Home Office is doubtful, as there is evidence that the story was planted by CMS Strategic, a PR firm for Elbit Systems, who told Private Eye that they placed the story with the Times. The Home Office have denied being the source of this information. Jonathan Hall's use of the term nudge, nudge, wink, wink suggests that this was less than a briefing and more of a minor confidence shared at social level. Whatever the true source of this alleged revelation, it definitely does not trace back to Ms Cooper and was emphatically not part of the evidence submitted to Parliament and later to the High Court.
She lied to the British public in order to push through an unjust and unlawful ban which led to the arrest of thousands of people simply for holding signs.
This is really an incredibly dishonest claim. The ban did not lead to thousands of arrests. The decision of the protesters to act in contempt of the law that embodied that ban did. Every single one of those arrests was choreographed by the protest organisers, who were probably Palestine Action activists or close associates. They cynically exploited a specific clause in the Terrorism Act to force the police to arrest protesters. If those arrested not have, "I support Palestine Action," written on those placards, they would not have been arrested. "I oppose genocide" is not prescribed at all. This was deliberate arrest baiting, an irresponsible waste of police time on the protest organisers' part, and seems to have been deliberately intended to scapegoat the Labour government in the eyes of the public.
How is she still in government at this moment in time? There has to be accountability, not just for her, Shibana Mahmood, for Keir Starmer, for every single politician who was responsible for this attack on all of our rights.
No, not all of our rights. Very specifically on the right to align with or be a member of Palestine Action. The legislation has no other impact on the right to free speech or the right to protest in public. At the very least, this is an extreme exaggeration, but it may well be another attack targeting the Labour government specifically.
This attack on the Palestinian people to protect the Israeli weapons industry during a genocide, that is unforgivable.
You have to admire the sheer neck of this woman, alleging that proscribing Palestine Action is an attack upon Palestine, no less, but also protecting the Israeli arms trade. Let's have a look at how Palestine Action works, shall we? The first thing to know is that Palestine Action, despite having global ambitions, works mainly in the UK, but even prior to the licence suspensions preventing export to Israel of anything likely to be used on Gaza, the UK provided less than 1% of Israel's arms intake. Now, Palestine Action are aiming to prevent genocide by preventing a fraction of a percent of arms getting to Israel. This is almost the equivalent of trying to prevent Putin from attacking Ukraine by vandalizing British-based Russian doll manufacturers. If Palestine Action's purpose is to prevent genocide, they could accomplish more with a couple of well-worded petitions and do less harm to British people in the process. So here we have Huda Ammori, the public face and co-founder of Palestine Action, accusing the previous Home Secretary of lying through her teeth, by actually lying through her own teeth. Only one of the three examples she raises was included in the High Court evidence, and the one that was included made perfect sense in context. It also needs to be emphasised that Ms Ammori is deeply misrepresenting the High Court's ruling here. The judge was very clear that Palestine Action is an organisation that encourages and indulges in criminal acts, and that some of those acts are terrorist in nature. The main problem she had was one of proportionality, because she believes, rightly or wrongly, that a majority of Palestine Action members are not engaging in terrorism, albeit that they do seem to condone terrorism and support those who do engage in it. This video was less about preventing genocide and more about attacking and misrepresenting our current government. Surprisingly, considering the extent that Labour has gone to in addressing the Gaza issue, compared to the Conservatives who supported Israel, we will have to wait and see what the appeal court rules.